Tom, there's a container ship at the pier. Barely made it here. Took heavy damage in the storm and is still taking on water. It also has some dangerous cargo on deck. So get on the STS crane and get it off there. You remember STS, right?
Ship to shore, Dad. Yes, I remember. I'm on it.
Tommy, those containers on top have got to go. The ship is listing pretty badly.
Got it.
Tom, the weather's getting worse, so turn on the crane lights just in case.
All right.
Also, the boom's been known to freeze while lowering.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll use the upper booth to keep an eye on it. Going up.
Good.
I never left.
Good. How about a little party tonight at Jay's to celebrate your return?
If you're buying.
For my favorite musician and best friend who's been away for ages? Of course.
Yes, it's been a while. I missed you too.
See you there.
Ready.
Welcome to the STS crane training program. To start, position the cab over the desired container.
Hey, how do I shut this stupid voice off?
You don't. I turned it on to refresh your memory after the long break.
Okay.
The crane spreader is currently configured to grab standard 20-foot containers. In your manual, they are also referred to as TEUs, or 20-foot equivalent units. To lift the container using the twist locks, you must lower the clamps directly into the container slots and secure it. The container outline on your crane's MFD is filled green. The yellow and red lights are on, indicating that the container is ready for gripping. The container outline is shaded, the yellow and green lights are on, indicating a secure grip. Now you can safely lift the container.
Just be careful there. Those containers have some nasty stuff inside. One puncture and we'll never hear the end of it.
Don't worry. Be careful.
Now carefully lower the container. When you reach the target height, release the twist locks. Don't pop the locks open prematurely, as this may result in an emergency. The green and yellow lights together indicate that the container is stable. You can now release the twist locks. The crane spreader is currently configured to grab standard 20-foot containers. You need to extend the spreader to grab a 40-foot or a double TU container.
What would I do without you?
Tommy, if you're not done yet, you better hurry. That storm is gonna hit any minute now.
You're right on time. All but done.
And you didn't even turn my port into a disaster zone. Not bad.
Yeah, I'll be gone before I get a chance to disappoint you.
Or you could stay and not disappoint me.
Right. Think about that.
That's my point. Tommy, are you in already?
Yes, Dad. This place is a mess.
You're telling me? I'm just starting to tally up the damage. We're lucky at least some of our stuff is still okay.
So, what do we do?
You can start taking care of the jobs on your list. See those letterheads? Enough for 2 jobs, which is your daily limit for now. Now, could you put away that dangerous cargo unloaded from that container ship?
Sure thing. Ready to go.
Good. Now get those containers to the free lot. Gently.
Yeah, I remember. One puncture and we'll never hear the end of it.
Yep, something like that.
Nice.
that you driving the reach stacker right now?
Yeah, it's me, all right.
Great. Can you check if I left my player on the dash?
Wow, you're still using that thing.
Of course, it was Dad's. His taste in music wasn't as good as mine, though.
So you kept the recording, too?
Come on, when you make it big, I'm running your fan club. I'm dead serious, though. Your music's good. I just wish there were more than 2 people who knew about it. So I put together a little video with yesterday's cam feeds and your music and posted it online.
Well, tell me if it gets any views. Anyways, gotta get back to work.
Good luck.
First container's in place. I'm going for the second.
Good. Keep the pace.
Looks like I'll have to tilt the spreader to pick this one up.
Most of the critical cargo.
Yep, I'm on the last one.
Great. Bring it over and take a break. I guess it's good to have you back. Maybe.
Good to see you, too. Job down.
Great job, thank you.
I think I'm done here.
Good. You're right on time, too. You're taking over while I negotiate our funding. I'm giving you full access to what funds we have.
We don't have much.
Should be enough to clean up after the hurricane. You can start with ordering repairs for the shipping line. Good job. Now you have access to the shipping jobs. You only have one job left to complete today.
done here.
All right.
All done. I think I could handle another job or two.
That would be against regulations. Get some rest. You'll have more jobs tomorrow. Son, I have some bad news. Right. Well, that hurricane was nothing compared to the one that's coming.
So we're doomed no matter what we do?
No, we can still save the port if we restore the old wave breaker line. I'm sending you my business plan. Now take a look at the first milestone. You need to carry out all these tasks. That will naturally have you accomplish the milestone goal. So start with the first task. Sign one order. We really need to put our shipping line to work and start making money. Here's a few container processing orders we've got lined up from different companies. All the companies want different volumes of cargo processed. If they all use one measurement unit, TEU, or the standard 20-foot container.
And the more of those we handle, the more money we make.
Yeah, so just sign the largest order for now. Now, the most important part, setting up the processing chains. Look at the processing chart. This is the beating heart of the port. This is where you can control all our vehicles to carry out orders. For now, just make sure the number of ordered containers equals the number of handled ones. Here you can see the vehicles that are currently idling. Handling an order boils down to putting enough capacity in every link of the chain. Each vehicle can only process a certain number of TEUs per day. That's its top capacity. This processing chain starts with unloading stuff from a ship. So just assign here as many TEUs of ship-to-shore capacity as you need to handle the order. Good. The next step is using a reach stacker to transport the containers to the yards. You need another reach stacker to handle the containers inside the yard. So, our single reach stacker just reached its limit. We need to order one more. Here, you can look up vehicle specs and even order new ones. Now, check out the reach stackers on offer. Isn't this one a beauty? We're just a bit short on funds, so we can't buy it yet.
But that's exactly what jobs are for. complete.
Roger that. Great job. Now you have enough to get that reach stacker. So go ahead and order it. Perfect. Now assign it to the yard. Assign just enough capacity to the loading stage to fulfill the order.
All done.
Good job. Now you can tackle the rest of the first milestone's tasks.
Easy as pie.
Great news, thanks. Good job there. Let's check our progress on the first milestone goal. Perfect. All tasks complete. You've earned that bonus. You reached the required daily turnover, too. So just end the day and move on to the next milestone. So this is our business in a nutshell. Load and unload containers to fulfill orders. And since you've just taken care of one such order, we're about to be paid. Notice that our vehicles generate a lot of upkeep. So even with that payment cleared, we're still in the red. We won't last long like that, so there's still a lot we have to do before we make a profit. Get some rest. There's more to come tomorrow. Well, with that, you've just completed the first milestone. Now take a look at the next milestone's tasks. It's time to upgrade some buildings, which means doing a few jobs to get the materials first.
Sure thing.
Tom, I've got to take care of something, but I'll stay in touch. To upgrade the shipping office, we need some materials. Our container yard capacity's been holding us back, so I suggest you upgrade Yard B to a straddle carrier yard. But this job here pays in construction materials.